but it is a bit like Teletubbie Land up here. Bag's driving me mad. Over the last 3 or 4 weeks, there's been a few stories of people saying that they've seen an escaped lion. So I'm having a bit of a nightmare here. I thought it was one worm that had eaten something. I'm loaded up with just over 14 kilos of top quality wild camping gear, including my Helm 2 tent that I'm bringing out tonight for its maiden voyage. I'm heading down south, meeting up with the one and only Londoner Outdoors. We've got a rough plan of where we're going to go, but we are going to need to explore a little bit to find a decent place to pitch, and hopefully we'll get set up before it gets dark. Got just under 2 hours worth of M1 to look forward to before we get there. Let's go.
Because that was his reaction.
You don't even know that you don't know about.
I need to show you this. I've just stopped at Northampton Services just for a toilet break and a snack. They'd sold out of Caesar salad, so I've gone for a nutritional alternative. But I want you to guess how much this cost. So I've got a bag of hula hoops, it's a grab bag, a Yorkie, raisin and biscuit, a bottle of Lucozade Sport, and a sausage roll. So how much do you think that cost? £8.39. It's a good job it's delicious, isn't it?
I kind of, as sad as it is and as much as I would advocate for any.
Kestrel's got a squeak somewhere. Got Mr. Londoner Outdoors back down there behind me. Met him before. Back out in the Chiltern Hills, and yeah, see how we get on with the Helm 2. We're going to explore around a little bit, find a suitable place to get set up. We might need to just get the chairs out and chill out for a little bit, depending on how busy it is. But come along. I feel like I need to video everything that you're videoing to be cinematic. Videoing leaves now. Ben's bought his yoga mat. Look, he's going to show us some moves later. It's not really very hilly, is it? Ben's getting his drone out now. It's getting all proper cinematic on us. I haven't bought mine because I've only got one battery. I don't really know how to use it properly yet. So on Ben's video, you'll see a really cinematic shot, and you won't see any of this setup piece. It takes like 5 or 10 minutes to get it all set up and find the shot. It's dedication.
Stick it up there for a bit. Bring the gimbal down.
So we're going to walk under it like professionals. Probably got a couple of hours, haven't we, before it gets dark or starts to get dark.
Yeah, 2:45, isn't it?
Yeah. It's called the Chiltern Hills, but it's as flat as Lincolnshire.
Beats the peaks.
I mean, there's a hill down there and a hill there, so it is plural, that's right. Bag's driving me mad. Well, some of those trails are like thousands of miles long, aren't they? So, talking 90 days for some of them.
Yeah, you've got to take 3 or 4 months off work.
Take a sabbatical. What are you doing? I'm just going for a walk.
Yeah.
Oh, just gone over a stile without even filming it from multiple angles. This is Londoner Outdoors. Cinematically styling out a style. Nearly. Legend. So we're just heading up to Deacon Hill to have a bit of a look around. We'll see what it's like up there in terms of places to pitch and set up. We're just crossing this field that's got a load of sheep in it as well, so we need to see how many sheep are going to be up there. Ben's stripping off. It's the middle of November. How is it 15 degrees? And here I am with my winter setup. Final push. I think the trig point is just around here. Here it is. Let's flip that trig. What you have to do if you're on YouTube to show you the view is keep my face really big in shot and go, look at the view, guys. Can you see the view? Can you see the view? We're going to keep exploring around for a bit, because the bit around the trig point, as Ben said, it's like Teletubbie Land, so we're struggling to find a flat pitch at the minute.
Sure, it seemed a bit convenient.
just put the chairs up for a bit. Gonna sit and have a drink and admire this view. We've found a couple of potential spots to set up the tents, so another half hour or so, or an hour, and we'll think about getting those set up. So when I got here, I met Ben in a pub in the local village. And the landlady was telling us that over the last 3 or 4 weeks, there's been a few stories of people saying that they've seen an escaped lion. There was a circus that came through here a few months ago when we had that heat wave, and it was in the news that they'd lost the lion. And there's been stories of people hearing roars and seeing things move, but we've just been sat on the chairs and every single sheep that was around us has just bolted. Probably seen in the news, we're in Hitchin, Chiltern Hills, that sort of area, so if you Google it, you'll see the stories. I think that's a buzzard up there as well. It's suddenly flown off. Don't know if the camera caught that because I've got quick capture on and it takes a few seconds to start up, but we've just heard not a massive roar, but like a little roar. It might be a cub or something that's escaped. I'm just gonna have a look. It's there, look. Oh my god, it's a pride. Landing are outdoors.
Oh,
Come on.
oh, thanks. You've got line of sight, you've got hardly any wind, and we've got clear conditions. Thanks for that.
Top 10 for me, the lion bar. I think we've got about an hour of light left. We have found places to pitch, but it is a bit like Teletubbie Land up here. We're just sat in the chairs having a drink and then we'll get set up shortly. So it's looking like there's going to be one of us pitched on that bit there and another one on that flat bit there. View of the sunset over there, which you probably can't see very well on the GoPro. And then obviously sunrise should be coming over that direction, so we should have a clear view of sunrise in the morning. There's quite a few people coming up to watch the sunset, bringing their kids up, which although they do make a little bit of noise, it's good to see them bringing the kids outside and getting them enjoying the outdoors. So the sun's just dropped behind the horizon and the temperatures are starting to drop quickly now. So I've engaged hat mode. The fingerless gloves will be going on shortly. People are starting to disappear and dwindle off now. Right, so let me attempt to give you a quick look around because it is dark now. Like I say, I'll give you a better look round in the morning. But I'm in the Helm 2. As you can see, it's massive in here. My X-Ped is the long and wide version, but there's still loads of room here for all my gear. Got my Osprey Kestrel rucksack down there. A few bits and bobs down there. The High Kencher pillow that I've reviewed on a video recently. And then just my APG stove, my food pouch in the vestibule. I'm just outside at the minute. I've got my water. My chair's still there because we're going to sit on that and make some dinner up soon. Really impressed with the look of this tent so far. Loads of room in it. Pitches in exactly the same way as the Helm 1. So no problems there. Ben's in his Helm 1. What are you doing, Ben?
I'm putting the table together. There we are.
Cascade Wild. Let me just show you what I've got for dinner because I'll probably forget to show you later anyway. So I've just bought a couple of hot chocolates. Might have one later and one in the morning. And then I've got a pasta bolognese. You might have guessed it, from Decathlon this time. Now these ones, they don't have that many calories. So in a Summit to Eat meal you get probably 600 I think. These are only 381, so just bear that in mind. They have got a second tear off area which can be useful. If you haven't got a long handled spoon or spork, you can get it made up and then tear it off there and use a normal size piece of cutlery. And I've got my traditional wine gums and then a couple of my cereal bars for breakfast and just my tea kit. So we're just going to chill, check out the night sky and get that made up later. So you can probably see there's a load of lights down there. That's a pub on the road that runs down the bottom. Would you rather be up here drinking water and eating a dehydrated meal, or down there with a pint and a burger or a steak or something like that? Comment below and let us know. So I'm having a bit of a nightmare here. I've just got Ben boiling some water up for me because it looks like my APG stove's packed up. I will have a look at it again in the morning in the daylight just in case there's anything blocked in it, but I can't see anything. So it's a good job he's here, really. Just polished off that decathlon meal. It was really nice. I have had that one before, but like I said earlier, it's not got the calorific value of some of the other meals like your Summit to Eats and things like that. So if you are taking it for strenuous hikes and things like that, just bear that in mind. I'm well disappointed about the stove. Last time I used it, I used one of the Decathlon gas canisters, and this time it's is it Coleman C100? Whatever the brand is, the C100 one. And I think the pin needs to go in a little bit further to release the gas on that one, but it's obviously a fault of the manufacturer, not the gas. We've used that gas canister on Ben's stove and it works absolutely fine, so yeah, well disappointed with that. If you've had similar experiences with a stove like that, drop me a comment and let me know if you're able to fix it and how you fixed it and how I can fix mine. So as you can hopefully see, I've put the guy lines out now on my tent because the wind's changed direction a little bit, so it's coming straight into the side of my tent now. It's not a bad thing because it means the wind's going straight up this vent here, and it'll give me some circulation on the inside with loads of moisture on it. So we've just retired to our respective tents. Obviously I'm in the Helm 2, Ben's in the Helm 1. The wind's got up a little bit. The forecast says it's up to 24-25 mile an hour gusts. So I've just pegged the guy lines out. Tent's moving around a little bit, but still feels really solid. Temperature's dropped again as well. Feels like 8 or 9 degrees. Not much else to report really until I see you in the morning. Morning. So as you can see, the fog's come in overnight, which was okay I guess, because it meant that the wind just disappeared and it got a little bit warmer as well. No issues at all with the tent. As you'd expect really, it's the same sort of build quality and feeling in there as in the Helm 1. You've just got a load more space to move around in, which is always welcome for not a massive amount of extra weight as well. I think it's 350 grams heavier than the Helm 1, so definitely worth it for me. It's going to be a lot heavier carrying it out of here because it's wet through this morning, but hey ho.
Yeah, it's, I remember it lives in the 90s.
I recognise the name, but I've never seen it. There's one in Paris as well, isn't there? Werewolf
yeah, that was
Paris?
a follow-up. I think the first one's better. It is good. It's quite a cult classic. It was made by John Landis, who made Michael Jackson's Thriller video.
Okay, yeah.
And it was yeah, for its, at the time it was yeah, it was a bit edgy and like, should it be released?
Is it better than Teen Wolf? Is it a worm or something, or just a...
It is a worm. There's some...
Oh, two worms.
Oh, it's two.
Weird. So that's us all packed up now. We've got all of our rubbish and left no trace. If you've watched this far, you might as well hit that subscribe button and look out for the next camp. He's definitely committed, look. This is how long his walk-off shot is. Fair play, Mr. Londoner. Proper hat hair situation going on here. What are you saying? Shall I keep it?